Are you feeling like many Americans that are feeling the pinch of the dollar, that it's getting harder and harder to be able to grow groceries that you need for yourself and or your family? Already may be doing some of the things that I'm going to mention in this video on how to stock up on items, especially as we see that there are shelves, many grocery stores that are empty or there's delays with it being stocked. And that's just no coincidence with the latest tariffs, inflation, trade wars, and other things that affect us economically. It all has an impact, and the grocery stores are no exception. We just want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to be able to have something on those tables for themselves and or for their families. Grocery prices are rising, and the USDA projects a 3.2% for all food with a potential range of 1.3 to 5.1%. Not only that, people are now turning to buy now, pay later for their food.
In a concerning report, it is stated that many Americans are using buy now, pay later loans in order to buy groceries. Not only that, but they are paying those bills back late. Pain source is coming from inflation as an issue, interest rates still being very high, and uncertainty around the tariffs have been implemented and yet to be implemented, along with other economic issues.
I want to share with you tips for eating without going broke, as well as stocking up, especially with impending tariffs that may be coming along. Now, my family and I, we had started stocking up on a lot of supplies about 2 years ago, but I do understand at that point in time, a lot of people may not have been in panic mode or thinking about stocking up, especially with day-to-day costs. So I want to give you guys 5 tips today in order to start stocking up your pantry, or also give you some alternatives of things that you can do in order to make sure that you have food for yourself as well as your family. I would like to thank today's sponsor, Ecostash, for providing me with this wheat file organizer in order to get myself from being messy to organized. Look how much it expands and how much that you can get in here. That this is water and stain resistant. Also very, very compact. It also has many different labels that you can use. Here I have some recipes. Currently I have them in this blue folder. So let me show you how I'm going to organize this and put this in here. Ecostash has been so generous that they are offering you guys a 20% off when you order from them to purchase one of their file organizers. I will have a link for that 20% off discount code in the description box, as well as the pinned comment. Also, Ecostash has been so generous to offer a giveaway for a wheat straw file organizer in the color strawberry or pink. This is the one that you will receive. It has the 26 slots, just like the one that I showed you. In order to be eligible for this giveaway, you must be 18 years old or older, a U.S. resident, publicly subscribe to my channel, and also I want you to leave a meaningful comment below using the word organizer in your comment. Not just a comment that says organizer, but something that tells me how you're going to use this organizer if you were to win it. The giveaway will close on May 14th at 11:59 p.m. Thank you, Ecostash, for your generosity with your 20% off discount code, as well as this giveaway. Let's get back to 5 tips. Tip number 1 is local and seasonal produce. Local and seasonal foods tend to be a lot lower in cost. For example, sweet potatoes are lower in cost during October through January timeframe. There's an abundance of them, and it's also used in a lot of holiday dishes as well. It's a great way to try new produce, especially if you're only used to eating maybe say grapes. Well, maybe now you're starting to eat raspberries or blueberries. Stocking up on local and seasonal produce is a great way to go because of the lower cost, and also you can freeze fruit and or vegetables for later use, especially when they are at a lower cost. Tip number 2 in order to stock up is by buying in bulk. You can get a better deal than buying individual packages. For example, you can buy in bulk grains, beans. I personally purchased 20 to 25 pounds of bags of rice from my local Indian market, and that has helped save us a lot of money. They also have large canned goods of items. Walmart now has started selling items in bulk, depending on which Walmart that you go to, but they do have larger items that you can purchase. If you happen to have a membership card for Sam's or Costco, those are also ways that you can stock up for items in large amounts. The third tip would be plant-based eating. So if you are looking already to cut out meat from your diet, this may be the way to go, and also to lower your grocery bill. Lentils, beans, tofu, they can be cheaper than animal-based proteins. You can even start your own garden. What I recently did was I went to Dollar Tree and I purchased these packs of seeds. They had an abundance amount of seeds still at Dollar Tree for purchase. I also purchased some planter pots as well to get them started. This is a great way and an alternative way in order to get those food items that you need. You can start your own garden. It doesn't take a lot of money. As you can see here, these seeds are for $1.25, and they have an abundance and an array. On the picture that I'm showing, we have already started a squash and onion garden in some pots that we already have at home. So this is an affordable way in order to still be able to eat and know what you're getting, because you are growing it yourself. You can get a lot of these supplies from the Dollar Tree. There are so many choices for vegetables and herbs, and they are at a very budget-friendly price. The next tip that I would give you is to make sure that you are meal planning. This ultimately reduces food waste, overspending, and impulsive meal choices. As you can see here, I have my son here helping me cook up meal here in the kitchen. It's also a great way to incorporate your children and other family members into meal planning. So don't feel as though you have to do it all by yourself. You can have other members of your family assist you and help you, and make this a fun bonding activity for each one of you. The fifth way that you can stock up, especially in these times of uncertainty, is by zero waste cooking. So what do I mean by that? You are going to use food scraps in order to create and make other things that you need will help you in the kitchen. For example, bones. So maybe you have chicken bones. You are going to use those chicken bones in order to make a broth. Maybe you use some of those vegetables that you purchased earlier that were seasonal or from your garden in order to make a broth. That broth, you can freeze that broth that you need for a later time. Now, not only have you used the chicken, but you've also used the bones, and that is zero waste. For eggshells and banana peels that you have left over, you can use those as compost, as it makes great fertilizer. And also consider canning, pickling, or dehydrating foods. Just make sure that you're not going overboard with those things, because you don't want too many things that you're pickling or too many things that you're canning, and then you don't have a way to eat all of those things up. If you have neighbors, family, friends that you can give some of those items to and be generous, that would be great as well. And also, if you have leftovers, make sure that you freeze those. You can always use those for another meal at another time. I want us to make sure that we are stocking up on all of the items that we have, but make sure that you are doing it wisely. Hopefully some of these tips that I have shared with you all will help ease some of the burden that you have. You can start your own garden at any time, very, very inexpensive. You can also start stocking up on the beans and noodles, tuna, and other things that you may need as far as grains for your family. If you happen to find this video helpful, please make sure that you smash the like button and also hit the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel so that you can get more information when I put out regarding budgeting, saving, mortgage-free, and or side hustle content. Until the next video, guys. Bye!